Dolphins Today is sponsored by Kanzuri. If you go to kanzuri.com/chat and use promo code chat, you're going to get an additional 15% off on their height-boosting shoes. We'll tell you more about them later on in today's show. Dolphins fans, welcome into Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott. Last night, we broke down the Dolphins' 2023 schedule. On today's show, I'm going to get into my record prediction, go game by game. But first, let's again take a look at the Dolphins' schedule. They will go to the Los Angeles Chargers in Week 1, a redemption game for Tua after losing to Herbert last year. So first two games on the road. They'll face the Patriots on Sunday Night Football Week 2. Then the Broncos in Week 3 at home. That's the home opener. And then in Week 4, they go to Buffalo. So they don't have to play in the snow in Buffalo this year. Week 5, they go, back home to take on the Giants and the Panthers at home. Week 7, Sunday Night Football at Philadelphia, defending NFC champs. Going to be an awesome game. And then Week 8, you face the Patriots at home. Week 9, you face the Chiefs in Frankfurt, Germany. Week 10 is the bye. Week 11 is against the Raiders. Week 12 on Black Friday against the Jets at MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands. Week 13 is at the Washington Commanders. Week 14, Monday Night Football against the Titans. So in our video that went out last night, it was based on a leak that we received. The leak did not make it clear if that was a Monday night game or not. It is a Monday night game against the Titans. Week 15 is against the Jets. Then you face the Cowboys at home, so 3 straight home games there. Week 17 is in Baltimore. Week 18, the regular season finale, could very well be the division championship against the Buffalo Bills. What is your confidence level in the Dolphins right now? Scale it 1 to 100. This is a Dolphins team that made the playoffs for the first time in 6 years this past season, and they got better. Vic Fangio might have been the biggest addition to any team this offseason. That includes Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. All right, let's take a look here at the matchups. Now, we'll go matchup by matchup, and I'll say my prediction. Week 1, you got to go on the road week 1. That's never, fun necessarily to not have a home opener week 1. But you go to L.A., a team that you lost to last year. In that game last season was one of the most abysmal performances offensively that I've ever seen from our Miami Dolphins. It was embarrassing. It was nationally televised. Sunday Night Football, a chance for Tua Tagovailoa to shut up the critics against Justin Herbert. He didn't get it done. It's going to change this year. I have the Dolphins winning at SoFi Week 1. Jalen Ramsey making his return to SoFi Stadium, where he played for the Rams for several years. So the Dolphins start the season 1-0. They take care of business against the Chargers, and Tua Tagovailoa makes a statement in the process. Then you have Sunday Night Football, this Week 2 matchup in Foxborough against the Patriots. So the Dolphins having to play their first 2 games on the road, and I think they win both games. 2-0 start here for the Miami Dolphins. This game is going to be tough. It's always tough to face the Patriots in Foxborough. It's going to be crazy atmosphere, Sunday Night Football, but the Dolphins start the season at 2-0. And then go home to Hard Rock Stadium for the home opener against the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson. Now, this Broncos team is going to be a lot better than they were last year because of Sean Payton, but the Dolphins still get it done. Winning this one, I have the Dolphins starting the season 3-0 for the second straight season. Let's move on now to this Buffalo Bills game in Buffalo. So you're not having to go face Buffalo in the cold weather like you did twice last year, but I still think it's going to be tough to win in Buffalo. So I'm going to say the Dolphins lose this game, but still a good start for Miami, starting the season 3-1. I think all of us would be thrilled with a 3-1 start because you have to go on the road, I should say, 3 times in your first 4 games. Shout out Kanzuri. Thanks to them for sponsoring today's show. Fellas, are you tired of feeling insecure about your height? Kanzuri makes shoes that can add up to 2.8 inches to your height discreetly. Women get heels, makeup, push-up bras. Why can't men get a confidence boost as well? We're all the same height lying down anyway, if you know what I mean. Kanzuri shoes are not only height-boosting, but also stylish and comfortable. They're not Grandpa's Velcro shoes, but fashionable shoes that can receive compliments even without the height increase. The height insoles are integrated into the shoes, making it the ultimate height hack. For a limited time, Kanzuri is offering our viewers an exclusive discount of 15% off on top of their up to 30% site-wide discount. Use code CHAT at kanzuri.com/chat to get your 45% off. Don't wait any longer. Upgrade your shoe game and confidence now at kanzuri.com/chat. When I want to get high, I put on a pair of Kanzuris. The link is in the comments and the description of this video. Let's move on to Week 5. So the Dolphins 3-1 in the first 4 games of this prediction video, facing the G-Men who went to the playoffs last year in Week 5 at home. I think the Dolphins get it done here. The Giants are a good team. The Dolphins are just a better team, and they will get it done at home. They will be home again for this matchup against the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Panthers played well down the stretch last year, and I think they're going to be even better this year. Frank Reich's their head coach. You got Bryce Young, who I really like coming out of Alabama. First-round pick, number 1 overall pick, is their new quarterback. This is going to be a sneaky, tough game for Miami. I almost jotted this down as a loss because I think the Panthers might sneak up and maybe give the Dolphins a tough time, but the Dolphins win a close game here against Carolina at home to move to 5-1 on the season. This might be the toughest matchup that the Dolphins have all year, going to Philadelphia to face the defending NFC champ Eagles. I'm not feeling great about this game. I'm going to go ahead and mark this game down as a loss. So the Dolphins 5-2 after their first 7 games, which, again, I think we'd be happy with that. This Eagles team is going to be a tough matchup for the Dolphins. That defense still pretty good. They lost some guys, but they brought back Darius Slay. So I'm going to say 5-2 start here for the Dolphins. Will the Dolphins win a playoff game? It has been 23 years. You know that meme? It's been 84 years. It feels like it. I mean, producer Trace, I'm 24 years old, about to turn 25. I do not remember the Dolphins winning a playoff game. I was like 2 years old. So it's been a while. Hopefully the Dolphins get it done this year. Type Y for yes or type in for no. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when ad break comes, sound off. Will the Dolphins win a playoff game? Let's go to Week 8 at home against the Patriots. You beat the Patriots in Week 2. You do it again in Week 8. The Dolphins are a far superior football team. I understand that there has been some changes made to the offensive staff in New England. Mac Jones is still mid-Jones. Tua Tagovailoa outplays him and moves the Dolphins to 6-2 on the season. Now, this game was originally going to be in Kansas City, Missouri. It's in Frankfurt, Germany, actually. So that is where the game is going to be played as part of the international series. So you don't need to go to Arrowhead, even though it's technically a road game. So you're going to Germany. So that might make it a more winnable game for the Dolphins. I still think they lose a close game here to the Kansas City Chiefs in Germany. So after Week 9, Dolphins 6-3 here in my predictions. Week 10 is the bye week. Let's move on to Week 11. They will play host to the Las Vegas Raiders. They have a new quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, who is also kind of mid. So I'm going to say a 7-3 start here for the Dolphins after their first 10 games. That would be the same record Miami had after their first 10 games this year. And then, of course, it kind of went on a losing streak. Hopefully that is not the case again. What's the toughest game for the Dolphins? I'm going to say Philadelphia, but let me know what you think down in the comments section. Moving on to Week 12. You got the New York Jets. This is the Black Friday game in the Meadowlands. First ever Black Friday game in NFL history, day after Thanksgiving. And a lot of people are going to be watching this game on Amazon Prime. And the Dolphins get it done, moving to 8-3 on the season. Producer Trace, if we could put the Week 12 prediction up. 8-3 on the season for the Dolphins. So, again, very similar to what they did last year. They started 8-3, and then they lost 5 straight games. Is that going to happen again? No, because you face the Washington Commanders in Week 13, who are not a bad football team, but you are a much better football team. I don't care that this game is on the road. Miami should get the job done here and move to 9-3 on the season. So a couple wins in a row here in my record prediction video. Then they come home and face a Tennessee Titans team that I think is going to be pretty bad this year. I think they'll bench Ryan Tannehill about halfway through the year, so I actually think you might face Will Levis here. And Will Levis might be decent in this game. I think Will Levis is better than a lot of people are giving him credit for. Yeah, I don't think he deserved to be a top 10 pick, but falling in the second round, there's some good value there for the Titans in that pick, but Levis still not going to be good enough to come into Miami and win this game. Dolphins move to 10-3 on the season after the first 13 weeks. Guys, we're going to be having watch parties for every single Dolphins game this upcoming season. We had a lot of fun with those last year, doing them again this year. So be sure to subscribe for watch parties for each game. Week 15, you play host to the New York Jets, who you just beat in the Meadowlands. You beat them again. 11-3 start. 5 straight wins for the Dolphins. And when you say Miami, if the Dolphins start 11-3, you're going to be saying Super Bowl because that's what we're all going to be thinking if the Dolphins start 11-3. But then the next week, Christmas Eve, you play host to the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a tough game. Dallas is good. You're at home, yeah. I do have the Dolphins losing this game, though, 11-4. Can't win them all. You just won 5 straight games. I think we'd be satisfied with an 11-4 start going to Baltimore for Week 17. You won at M&T Bank Stadium last year, that crazy comeback. I don't think you win there again. I have the Dolphins dropping their second straight game here, falling to 11-5 on the season. And the AFC East title is going to come down to this matchup in Week 18. That is my prediction, that the AFC East is going to come down to this game between the Dolphins and the Bills, and the Dolphins get it done to win the division. 12-5 record for the Dolphins, number 2 seed in the AFC. That is what I'm thinking here for Miami. It is going to be a season to remember. 12-5 is my record prediction. And I'm going to be honest, before the schedule was released, I'm thinking maybe 10-7, 11-6. But I like how this schedule plays out for the Dolphins. Yeah, you got to go on the road the first 2 weeks of the season, but you have that 3-game homestand. Those first 2 games on the road, by the way, both very winnable. Dolphins going to be hungry to go back to LA and get a win there. Then they face a Patriots team that, in my opinion at least, they're far better than in Week 2 Sunday Night Football. I like how this schedule shapes out for the Dolphins. Predict the Dolphins' record in 2023. I'm thinking 12-5. What are you thinking?